You're watching the news on iBrandTV, and here are more stories. The federal government, through the National Social Safety Nets Coordinating Office, says it has disbursed about $700 million from the repatriated Abacha looted funds to over 1.9 million poor and vulnerable households across the country in the last 6 years. Acting National Coordinator of NASCO, Kabir Abdullahi, disclosed this at the one-day dissemination meeting by the Center for Health Education, Economic Rehabilitation and Social Security, which led 9 other civil society organizations for the third-party monitoring of the National Social Safety Nets program. He noted that beneficiaries in about 4 states have not been paid for 2 years due to logistics reasons, whereby the ICPC, on seeing a large volume of money seized by the fund, adding that other funds have now been retrieved and that payment in the affected states will commence in earnest. Abdullahi explained that NASSP projects entails conditional and basic cash transfers to poorer and vulnerable households, stressing beneficiaries basic cash transfer receive 5,000 naira every month, while those under the conditional cash transfer receive an additional 5,000 naira, making it 10,000 every 2 months. He said the current register of the beneficiaries of conditional cash transfer has 1,940,000 households, and with the ongoing enrollment, it is hoped that the target beneficiaries may reach 2 million by the end of December 2022. Now, Delta State Governor and Vice Presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the 2023 general elections, Ifeanyi Okowa, has said that it is inequitable distribution of this nation's wealth that is fueling insecurity in the country. He also said the farmers-herders conflicts being experienced across the country is threatening the continued existence of the country. While speaking in Enugu, Okowa pointed out that the currently violent crimes in the country, including terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, armed robbery, were being sold since many years now due to bad leadership. He said as much as the nation needs a strong leader to reposition the country on the path of progress, there was also need for reform of some of the instructions, including police, media, judicial, legislature, as well as the electoral umpire, to make them stronger for optimum performance for national development. Okowa described the security situation in Nigeria as a hydra-headed monster and has undermined public safety and threatened the continued existence of Nigeria as one united, indivisible country. The Zamfara State Police Command has arrested 16 suspected bandits, kidnappers, armed robbers, and other criminals in its efforts to rid the northwestern states of criminal activities. Police Public Relations Officer in the state, Mohammed Shehu, who paraded the suspects on behalf of the Commissioner of Police, Kolo Yusuf, said the suspects were arrested by the police tactical squads in different parts of the state. He explained that 2 notorious bandits, Surajo Al-Madiwa and Baje Muhammad, were arrested along Guzo Funtua Road, acting by operatives who acted on intelligence information during a confidence-building patrol. The suspects, according to the police spokesman, were part of the bandits terrorizing villages of Kota Kwashi, Damba, and some outskirts of Guzo and the state capital. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has met with a high-powered delegation from France for a strategic discussion on bilateral cooperation, focusing discussion on robust partnership between the state and French government in the areas of security, transportation, and infrastructure. The visitors, led by Senator Bernard Fronner, members of Foreign Affairs, Defense, and Armed Forces Committee in the French Senate. The parliamentarians' visit to the governor came weeks after the representatives, the agents Français de Développement, visited Lagos to strengthen the existing bilateral ties between the 2 sides. Sanwo-Olu told the French parliamentarians that bilateral agreements with the state government have recorded progress. disclosing that Lagos was open to more investments in provision of infrastructure in the transportation sector and gaming industry. The Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, is currently in a closed-door meeting with leaders of all 18 political parties in the country concerning election security and to address electoral violence towards the 2023 general elections. The meeting currently being held at the IGP Conference Hall, Force Headquarters Abuja, was convened over the recent attacks on offices of the Independent National Electoral Commission and other politically motivated violence happening in the country. Correspondent gathered that the chairman and the presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, Omoyele Sowore, the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Senator Yocha Ayu, the national organizing secretary of the All Progressives Congress, Suleiman Agungu, amongst others, represented their political parties at the ongoing meeting. Also in attendance include the National Commissioner of INEC, Pastor May Abamuche Mbo, the Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, Ahmed Rufai, some representatives of the Nigerian Armed Forces and the Nigerian Secret Services and paramilitary agencies. We'll bring you details of this in our subsequent bulletins. Now, the Cross River government has directed members of the general public to cease all forms of illegal mining activities ongoing in the state, especially in Biesa and Akankpa local government areas. This was contained in a statement on Thursday in Calabar, signed by the Permanent Secretary of Special Services Governor's Office, Alfred Mboto. Mboto said illegal activities constitute threat to the safety and security of the local government areas, adding that the state governor, Ben Ayade, had placed a ban on all illegal minings. Governor Ben Ayade of Cross River State has placed a total ban on illegal mining activities in the state forthwith. Security agencies have been directed to seal all illegal mining sites and arrest and prosecute all illegal mining companies and persons involved in the illegal activities, he said. We'll take a commercial break. When we return, we have more news from the Africa scene. Stay with us.